Okay, welcome. This is the video lesson for 2.3, writing about Khalil, all right? So when you come into Schoology, this is one place you could see what the assignment is for the day. You could also find it here in marking period 2. It's there as well, right? So the link is there. It'll take you to the same place. You want to make sure you've done that other one, that chapter 4 reading lesson on virtual job shadow before anything else. So if you're not sure if you completed that, let me just show you that so far only Cheyenne has completed it. So everybody else that's here is in progress on that assignment, and then the rest of you guys have not yet started it. So if you're watching this, go back, do the virtual job shadow first, because you need the information from chapter 4 to make sense of this writing assignment. All right, so after I make this video lesson, I'm going to put it right here, which is about appositives. And then this lesson is about, is a video lesson of a single paragraph outline being created in a classroom. That lesson's really hard to do without an audience. So I'm going to show you the students doing it with the teacher so you can see how it should have run in our classroom. If you were here on Google Meets, we could do it that way. But since most people haven't been showing up here, that's fine. I'll make a video lesson. All right, so after you open this up, you're going to want to make sure you open up your document, right? And you want to make sure you're using Google Chrome again, and that you're in your school email address and not a different Google address, because it will interrupt opening this document. You also want to make sure you're patient. It usually takes a minute to log on, especially if you have slow internet or an old computer or something like that. All right, so let's talk about appositives. Do we remember what an appositive is? Anyone who's been in my class before? All right, so you might take a note on this, all right? Again, a really good tool to have is just some kind of a notebook or some kind of paper to write on so that you can jot down the notes that you need, and then you can use them for the tests and the essays and things. All right, so an appositive, this is what it is. It's a noun phrase, or a noun clause that is placed next to another noun to rename it or explain it more fully. Right? And as we went over in the review to our test, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So a noun is any word that, lipstick is a noun, water bottle is a noun, Sydney is a noun, woman is a noun, teacher is a noun. A noun phrase is something that is got a couple words, right? So it would be a dedicated teacher is a noun phrase, right? Adding a little bit to it, or a noun clause, right? And so we use an appositive to rename a noun or to explain it more fully. So for instance, we would say something like Christopher Marlowe, comma. You always put your appositives off with a comma. The author of the poem, comma, creates a central idea. This is the appositive, right? It's a noun phrase that's modifying or explaining this noun. And this is how you get a more complex sentence. We're going to use an appositive to begin the single paragraph outline that I want you to complete for this assignment. So, learning target, I can write a well-organized paragraph using a complex topic sentence by using an appositive and a single paragraph outline. All right. So I'm going to go over the appositive part. As I told you, the other video is for the single paragraph outline. The topic is we're going to be writing about Khalil, right? So the first things we want to do is match the appositives to the noun it modifies. And you might be like, how do I draw a line? Oh my God, I don't know. I think there is a way. I think it is, no. Oh, maybe there's no way. So if there's no way to draw a line, you can always just write in here, what is star, right? What letter is the appositive that fits her? Let's do it together. What is the letter that goes with star? Is she a gang lord? No. Is she a protective older brother? No. Is she a community activist and store owner? No. Is she a teenage witness to a tragedy? Oh, yes, she is, but let me check my other answers. Is she a symbol of innocence and joy? Maybe. Is she a high school student? Yes. But I'm going to choose D because I think that that's the most likely. Sakani, the little brother. I don't see a little brother there. I'm going to leave that blank for now. Maverick, well, I know that's the store owner, right? So Maverick is the store owner and community activist. Kenya, she's her friend. I guess she's not a gang lord. I don't know if she's a symbol of innocence and joy. I'm not going to put that yet. Okay. 7 is the protective older brother, that's for sure. And King, he's the gang lord. I know that. So that means Kenya and Sakani might be either the symbol of innocence and joy or the high school student. Well, Sakani's not in high school, so Kenya's got to be the high school student. And that means Sakani's a symbol of innocence and joy. Interesting. I wonder why. You know, if you ever wonder about these names, they're all very intentional. So, you know, if I go over here and I type in Sakani, the name, right? And I want to know the name, Sakani, what does it mean? What's the meaning of it? I don't want the character. I just want the name. Name, meaning, and origins. Oh, there it is. It means joy. Of course. Of course, Sakani means joy. Oh, yes. It's an Egyptian baby name, means laughs or joy. Okay, well, that makes sense. Symbol of innocence and joy. All right, now I'm going to keep going. The next step is I'm going to fill in the missing appositives, right? So Garden Heights. Oh, it's definitely this one, fictional neighborhood. Williamson Prep, prestigious private school. And Chris is a white boy. All right. Now let's try and write a positive about Khalil. In this space, you really want to try and brainstorm as many as possible. So Khalil, a teenage boy, a drugger, a grandson, a son, a brother, a friend, good friend. What else can you do, right? You want to pick the best appositive you can to use as your topic sentence, right? And that's what's going to go down here. So does the fact that Khalil is selling drugs to protect his mom justify his selling of drugs? Why or why not? That's the question I want you to answer. I want you to answer it in a whole paragraph, and I want you to use the outline first. Just to be clear, on solid lines, you want to make sure you're writing a full sentence. This one should be probably in a positive because I want you to write a complex sentence. So Khalil, comma, a young man murdered by the police, comma, da-da-da. What do you think? Was, accused of selling drugs as the reason why he was murdered, or whatever you want to write to base your topic, or was unfairly killed, or however, right? Your opinion is fine. Whatever you want to say, there's no right answer to this. The dotted lines are for notes and symbols. Okay, so I'm gonna you just put notes and symbols. You don't put any actual sentences on these lines, but you want to make sure you're using text evidence and then explaining that text evidence to support this idea. And then a concluding sentence, you can go ahead and write another concluding sentence of whatever kind you want. We'll be teaching more directly on that later. So again, an appositive is a noun or a noun phrase. And I want you to work your best at writing in appositives, practicing those, and then using the single paragraph outline to plan your writing, and then write here. All right. Pro tip, if you want, I'm pretty sure you've got the tool of, yep. No, maybe you don't. Guess you can't voice to text this, but you could on another Google Doc and then put it in. Anyway, the last final step is submit the assignment right there. Okay. Yes, I want to submit the assignment. Make sure it's done. When you submit it, I will get an email that will alert me to grade it and to give you those points in the computer. Feel free to do as much other work as you want.